Hey, hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by for another bedtime vlog. I was thinking about connection as I do very often, and I'm listening to a great audiobook right now by Brene called Dare to Lead, and it's inspiring me a lot to be more authentic in my communications and yeah, resonating with me a lot in areas that I already knew, but it's strengthening that resonance, I guess, and feeling in a way like it's given me renewed permission to be enthusiastic about authenticity, about communication, about saying the hard things sometimes, because in my experience, almost pretty much invariably, I can't think of an example where it hasn't been true that once a truth comes to light, then growth can happen, even if it's a hard truth that causes hurt initially. Then the growth can start to happen as long as there's deceit and shame and blame that isn't being addressed. Then it just grows and grows, and it can cause dysfunction through a country, through a family, through an individual. I've got plenty of it in myself, and so before I go criticizing anybody else or the country, I've decided a good place to start is on my own shame and blame, and it starts with forgiveness, forgiving myself, not feeling ashamed of who I've been and behaviors that I have and haven't engaged in over my life so far. It doesn't do any of us any good to hold on to shame, and it doesn't really do any good. It's only a slight shade better to hold on to blame of others. Basically, the best is to let it go, or rather, that's maybe an oversimplified piece of advice. Really, in order to let it go, sometimes you have to bring it to the table. You have to look at it. You have to address it. You have to, acknowledge the value of a conflict or a difference. And there's not one way, and there's not one, simple equation to us learning to communicate, us learning to get along, us learning to love better as individuals and as a species and as earthlings all together. I really feel passionate about getting better at being an empathetic listener and a compassionate lover, and just an open-minded philosopher in all kinds of neat labels I want to put on myself tonight. uh, anyhow, what are some what are your thoughts on that? I was gonna say what labels you want to put on yourself. That was a silly thing. You can if you want, but I crack myself up sometimes. I'm gonna go to bed. It's a little early for me, but it's still like after 1, which is late by a lot of standards. I'm trying to practice going to bed earlier, getting up earlier, but I kind of dropped the ball today on my new routine, and c'est la vie, such is life. That's how it happens. I was feeling a little out of, kind of had a spiral downward for the last week or so. It seems like a week or so. It might have only been like 2-3 days. I don't know. What's today? Yeah, it was only like 2-3 days. But I feel turned around today because I was honest about it, and I just said I told a couple people that I was feeling pretty crappy, and just in expressing that, and I've been thinking about why we like to be witnessed, and Brene Brown's book was really helping me realize that's because of the connection that happens, and we need that. As we're social animals. We need to feel connected to really feel healthy and really process things in the most effective, efficient, healthy, happy ways. So I'm grateful that I have people in my life, and grateful for all of you on YouTube. I think it's neat the way we're all getting to connect more and more through all these venues. I hope you will connect with me if you want to through, I'm on Instagram and Twitter and here on YouTube and Facebook, and my hair is doing some weird things here. Anyhow, yep, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, if you can relate, and as always, oh, yeah, don't forget to, check the description for a link to my eBay store and my books and my music. I sure would appreciate it if you want to support me. And either way, as always, until next time, I wish you peace, prosperity, positivity, progress, potential, and playfulness.